Let's start with something almost everyone over 70 has noticed, and almost nobody talks about openly. You walk into a room and forget why you went in there. A name that should come easily sits just out of reach for a moment. You find yourself rereading the same paragraph because your mind drifted. And in the back of your mind, a quiet question: is this normal aging, or is it something I should be worried about? Today, I want to answer that question honestly, and then I want to go further, because the most exciting thing happening in brain science right now is not a pill, not a supplement, and not a complicated program. It's the discovery that the choices you make every single day have a measurable, meaningful impact on your brain health at any age, including yours, right now. We're going to talk about what the research actually says, clearly, without jargon, and give you a handful of specific, simple habits that are backed by evidence and don't require a gym membership, a special diet, or a brand new routine. Let's start with what's actually happening in the brain. First, the reassuring part. Some slowing in processing speed and occasional word-finding pauses are a completely normal part of aging. The brain at 75 processes some things differently than it did at 45, just as the body moves differently. That is not disease, that is time. What is not normal and worth discussing with a doctor is memory loss that disrupts daily life, getting lost in familiar places, significant personality or mood changes, difficulty with tasks that used to be automatic, confusion about time, people, or places. If any of those are present, please make that appointment. Early evaluation is always better than waiting. But for most people watching this, what you're noticing is not decline. It's normal aging. And the habits we're about to discuss can make a real difference in how your brain ages from here. For decades, scientists believed that the brain you had in adulthood was essentially fixed, that neurons died and didn't come back, and the best you could do was slow the losses. That has been completely overturned. We now know that the brain retains what's called neuroplasticity throughout life, the ability to form new connections, strengthen existing pathways, and in some areas, even generate new cells. The brain is not a fixed machine that wears down. It is a living organ that responds to how you use it and how you treat it. That is one of the most hopeful findings in modern medicine, and it means that what you do today genuinely matters for your brain tomorrow. Habit 1, move your body. If there is one habit at the top of every credible list of brain health interventions, it is physical movement. Not because it builds muscle, though it does, but because of what it does directly to the brain. Exercise increases blood flow to the brain. It stimulates the production of a protein called BDNF, sometimes called miracle-grow for the brain, that supports the growth and survival of neurons. It reduces inflammation, which is increasingly understood to be a driver of cognitive decline. And it improves sleep, which is itself one of the most powerful brain health tools we have. You don't need to run a marathon. The research shows that a 30-minute walk, 5 days a week, produces measurable benefits for brain structure and function. Even 10-minute walks have value when done consistently. If you do one thing after watching this video, make it this: commit to a daily walk. That single habit, done consistently, may be the most powerful thing you can do for your brain. Walking with a friend or a companion doubles the benefit. You get the physical benefit of the walk and the cognitive and emotional benefits of social connection. More on that shortly. Habit 2, protect your sleep. Sleep is not downtime for the brain. It is when some of its most critical work happens. During deep sleep, the brain's glymphatic system, a kind of internal cleaning crew, flushes out waste products, including amyloid proteins that are associated with Alzheimer's disease. This process only happens during sleep, and it requires adequate, quality sleep to do its job. Chronic poor sleep consistently getting less than 6 or 7 hours, or sleep that is frequently interrupted, has been linked in multiple studies to higher risk of cognitive decline over time. Sleep issues in older adults are often treatable, but they're also frequently underreported. If you are regularly struggling with sleep, please mention it to your doctor. Sleep apnea, in particular, is significantly underdiagnosed in older adults and has a direct impact on brain health. Good sleep hygiene looks like a consistent bedtime and wake time, a cool and dark room, limiting screens in the hour before bed, and avoiding caffeine after early afternoon. A short nap, 20 to 30 minutes, in the early afternoon has been shown in some research to benefit memory consolidation and alertness. Keep it short to avoid disrupting nighttime sleep.
Habit 3. Stay socially connected.
Social connection is not a nice to have for aging well, it is a biological necessity. Research from Harvard's long-running study of adult development, one of the longest studies of adult life ever conducted, found that the quality of a person's relationships was the single strongest predictor of healthy aging. Not cholesterol, not exercise alone, relationships. Social engagement activates multiple areas of the brain simultaneously. It requires memory, language, emotional processing, and rapid response. It is, in effect, a full brain workout every time you have a meaningful conversation. And social isolation has the opposite effect. Chronic loneliness is associated with accelerated cognitive decline, increased inflammation, and significantly higher risk of dementia. Who did you talk to today? Really talk to, not just exchange information with. If the answer is no one, that is worth changing. Social connection doesn't require a packed social calendar. It requires consistent, meaningful contact with people who matter to you. Family, friends, faith communities, neighbors, clubs, volunteer work, classes. If getting out of the house is difficult, a consistent companion, someone who comes regularly and engages you in real conversation, provides remarkable cognitive benefit. The relationship itself is the medicine.
Habit 4. Keep learning. The brain builds and strengthens neural pathways through use, and the most effective way to build new pathways is to encounter things that are genuinely new, not just repetition of what's already familiar. Learning a new language, taking up a musical instrument, trying a new card game or a new form of puzzle, taking a class, in person, at a community center or library, or online. Learning to paint, or to use a new technology, or to cook a cuisine you've never tried. The specific activity matters less than the novelty and the challenge. Doing a crossword puzzle you've done 1,000 times exercises recall, but it doesn't build new pathways the way learning something genuinely new does. The brain that keeps encountering new challenges stays more flexible, more resilient, and more capable. Curiosity, it turns out, is one of the most powerful brain health tools available. Community colleges and senior centers frequently offer free or low-cost classes specifically for older adults. The learning and the social connection together make these among the highest value activities for brain health. Habit 5. Manage stress intentionally. Chronic stress produces cortisol, a stress hormone that over time and in excess is genuinely damaging to the hippocampus, the part of the brain most involved in memory and learning. Short-term stress is normal, and the body handles it well. It's the grinding, unrelenting stress, the kind that comes from isolation, from unresolved worry, from caregiving without support, from chronic health issues. That does the damage. The evidence-based tools for managing stress are not complicated. Regular physical movement, time in nature, meditation or prayer, deep breathing, strong social connections, and consistent sleep. You'll notice these are the same habits we've been discussing. They reinforce each other. And one more, limit how much distressing news you consume. Staying informed is reasonable. Marinating in anxiety-producing content for hours a day is a choice with real neurological consequences.
If you are experiencing significant anxiety, low mood, or a sense of hopelessness that persists, please speak to your doctor. Depression in older adults is both common and highly treatable, and it has a direct impact on cognitive function.
Habit 6. Look after your body to look after your brain. The brain does not exist in isolation from the body. What is good for your heart is good for your brain. What harms your cardiovascular system harms your cognitive function. Managing blood pressure is one of the single most impactful things an older adult can do for long-term brain health. High blood pressure damages the small blood vessels that supply the brain, and this damage accumulates over years. The same is true for blood sugar management, hearing health. Untreated hearing loss is an increasingly recognized risk factor for cognitive decline, and staying on top of your medications with your doctor's guidance. Your brain health plan and your general health plan are the same plan. Taking care of yourself, all of yourself, is the strategy. 6 habits. You don't need all 6 starting tomorrow. Pick one. The one that feels most accessible, most needed, most interesting to you right now. Commit to it for 30 days. Notice what changes. Then add another. Small, consistent changes, built on top of each other over months, produce results that dramatic overhauls rarely do. Your brain is not fixed. It is not finished. It is waiting to see what you do next. In the description below, I've put together a free brain health daily habit tracker, a simple printable card that lets you track your 6 habits over 30 days. No pressure, no grades, just a way to see your own progress and feel the momentum build. I'd also love to know in the comments which habit you're starting with. Reading those responses is one of my favorite parts of running this channel, and your answer might be exactly what someone else needs to hear to take their first step. If this video was useful, please share it with a friend, a sibling, a neighbor. Brain health is one of those things that gets better when we talk about it openly and support each other in the daily work of it. Subscribe to the Elder Care Insider for more honest, practical guidance for you and for the people you love. Your brain has taken care of you for a lifetime. Now it's your turn to take care of it.